So this is the second part of 24 Hours in Her Shoes. You can see part one on this same channel. So among the advantages of going in the car, apart from being able to use central locking and feeling relatively safe and in a sort of cocoon, I guess, from public ridicule, maybe, at least from the possibility of being physically accosted, is that I don't have to walk very far. And I think, again, this is something, the whole area of deportment, how I hold myself as Chlöe, which needs quite a lot of work. There has been a little bit of help with that, but breaking the habits of a lifetime as Clive is obviously something that takes some time. But actually, I think just switching into the mindset, just believing and feeling into Chlöe's personality, even that, strangely, seems to help me do better in terms of my awareness of how I'm holding myself, how I'm walking, how I'm standing, and so on. But that's all really for another day. Time now for some lunch, something very simple today. Just a little bit of pasta will keep me going for the afternoon. I don't know if I should be holding my knives and forks a little bit more daintily than normal. Possibly not attacking the food quite so aggressively. Who knows? Anyway, this all tastes very nice. So I'm feeling now very settled in my role as Chlöe. I'm not feeling at all unusual. In fact, it's all feeling very comfortable and normal, strangely. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel that her personality is coming out again, as I think I mentioned earlier. A lot about this focus of the energy and feeling in the upper part of the body. That's kind of where I go when I'm Chlöe. And I found, like this morning, just being able to project normally, just to have the mindset, I am Chlöe. And believing that that kind of energy and that kind of persona comes through to others. And if I look slightly incongruous, then they don't necessarily notice that, because they're picking up these very subtle cues, this energetic cue, at least in these very brief encounters, the very brief eye contact on the road or whatever it is. So I'm feeling very comfortable, in no rush to end this day, which I guess is a good sign for Chlöe's personality as it's starting to blossom and come out and have opportunities for expression. I'm beginning to tune in quite a lot to the body that Chlöe's in at the moment. Now, I know physically I haven't changed, but false breasts, hair, all these sorts of things do help create an impression of, if you like, the extended body that we inhabit. And I guess it comes down to soft skin and things like that as well. And I'm generally not conscious of that most of the time, but there are quite a lot of little reminders of being in this slightly different body for today, and it is feeling incredibly comfortable. Kind of the energy, if I can put it that way, the sort of feelings what I'm experiencing seems to be focused much more in the upper body. It's sort of coming from the sacral area up through the stomach into the breasts and shoulders and so on. So quite a warm, comfortable feeling. And I'm feeling very relaxed. But I have quite a bit of work also to do that I should be cracking on with. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time getting on with that, which just means getting my head in front of my laptop for an hour or two. When I can in the late afternoon, I like to take a little time to meditate. And so that's what I'm going to do now. So that was a very precious 20 minutes, a time for feeling grounded, calm, at peace. And in meditation, of course, as I've mentioned in another post, there isn't really a sense of gender, but as I awake back into normal consciousness, as it were, I'm pleased to be in the body of Chlöe. And this body is feeling more mine, even though it's created. I'm not aware of my male sex most of the time. My legs, perhaps because I'm wearing tights, slightly exposing them and suggesting a line that leads up towards the hips, seem to extend longer than when they're covered by a pair of jeans or chinos. The breasts that I'm wearing seem very connected and strangely a part of me, a part of my extended body. The gentle brush of hair on my cheeks is pleasant and a subtle cue, a subtle reminder of the image I'm presenting. Most of all, there is this wonderful energy that I've mentioned flowing through the upper body, and I'm hoping that the expression of this gentle, non-aggressive persona is coming through, perhaps is radiating, shining a light in my face. So the smile in my eyes and on my lips is genuine. So it is time to do some housework and feed the cats. Namaste. It's time for your food. All right. There's one. And that one. early evening, and it's time for a little more food.
Correspondent Simon Dedman can fill us in on this. And Simon, just take us through the offence, when it took place and who was driving.
Well, Evan, it started as a very simple speeding offence. That there has been no doubt that on the 24th of July last year, Fiona Onasanya, the MP for Peterborough's car, was captured travelling at 41 miles per hour in a 30 zone in Thorney, just outside Peterborough. But the case has become one of lying, and in particular an elected member of Parliament accused of lying. She received a notice.
And this opportunity to enjoy the sensory experience, I guess, is something that comes into the experience of being in a body or expressing a sexuality that I can't quite articulate yet. I think I'm still trying to get my mind around that. But anyway, for now I shall just focus on this little apple.
Customer feedback is hurting real social science that many of our nation's institutions rely on. Being asked constantly for feedback has produced survey fatigue. Years ago, that this idea that
The celery now has a very different texture to an apple. Of course. Maybe I should be munching a little less aggressively than I normally do. Doesn't quite look right for Chlöe. It does remind me that there is a food delivery due this evening, so another time of direct face-to-face interaction. So I shall be prepared. So this is the end of part 2 of 24 Hours in Her Shoes. Part 3 continues on this channel.